Dre Greenlaw, first practice back. Is he going to save this defense? I mean, nothing's going to save them this week in Buffalo. They're going to lose by a bajillion points, roughly, give or take. But after that, freaking Chicago. Is this guy going to come back and save the season like he always has before?
Yeah, this sounds a lot like a conversation about 5 weeks ago when we were talking about Christian McCaffrey, if he would come back and save the season. Season's over, guys. It's over. It's been over. Been saying this for a long time. He's better than Campbell. Yes, he is an upgrade. I'm not saying that even if he comes back and he's at 70% like CMC, he's still better than Campbell is. That is factual. However, he's not going to save this defense. You know what I noticed when I was watching the game back on All 22 this week? The 49ers personnel groupings make no sense on defense at all. Anytime they face 12 or 21 personnel, they were a nickel. Why are you a nickel? You're going to get ran on. And not only that, they had two high safeties. So they're playing middle field open, nickel base against 12 and 21 personnel. You're inviting teams to just run all over you. And that's exactly what the Packers did. And every time they actually matched 12 or 21 with a base defensive package, they did pretty good. So a lot of it is just getting the right players on the field, getting the right alignments. That's half the battle. And if they can figure that out, which, I mean, my gosh, man, a defensive coordinator can't even get that together. That's a bit concerning. Yes, the missed tackles are one thing, but when you're asking your corners to make the tackles consistently on big running backs, this is what happens. That's why you go base package. So yeah, sure, he'll help, but he's not going to be enough to just turn everything around. They have a lot of problems on this team defensively.
Yeah, I think he's more likely to save the Texans season next year. I think he's going to not be himself this year when he comes back. I think it's going to take the full offseason next year to get him back to the Dre Greenlaw that he was. So I think expecting him to save the 49ers defense this year. Is he better than Campbell? Yeah, absolutely. It'll help in that regard, but he's not going to change things around to the point where they're a dominant defense again instantly like that. And I don't even know. To me, if I'm the 49ers, I'm Dre Greenlaw. I'm watching what happens in Buffalo. I'm watching what happens in Chicago. And then if they have a chance, I might come back for the Lions game. Other than that, I'm not playing this year. I don't think the 49ers should. I think it's irresponsible.
Agreed. I just don't think I don't have the stomach to see Dre out there and not see him the last time I saw him. I don't think that they should just put him out there for the sake of, trying to get team morale up. One another thing is just conditioning. For us to even remotely see what Dre Greenlaw could be, he would have to play for at least 3 of those games that were out here just so we can get conditioning. The role that he has, are you going to play him in a reduced role? Are you just going to roll him out there and have him playing like business as usual? Also, just motivation differences can be different. We're not a winning team. We're not necessarily trying to chase the playoffs. Should you be pushing his career at this stage of the season and basically potentially losing him for good? That's an element of it. And just for my taste, just the team dynamics are not right to have him back. We're not a winning team. The defense is a winning defense. We're not one player away. You know what I mean? And for what it's worth, Fred Warner is struggling and going through one of his hardest years because, to be real with you, he's not being protected. Those defensive tackles are getting beat up on the inside. And the last thing I want is for Dre to kind of get into that crossfire at this stage right now. So I'm not really too excited to see him back.
I think there's no freaking chance in hell that Greenlaw can do that. And it's unfair to ask him to. Just look at McCaffrey.
Yeah.
He missed 8. He missed an off season in 8 games. He didn't even tear his Achilles. He had tendonitis and avoided the tear and came back, and he's a shell of himself for now. Greenlaw tore his Achilles.
Yeah.
It hasn't even been 12 months. It's been 10 months, and he's going to come back and be Greenlaw? I think if they put him back out there, it's more likely that he's a complete shell of himself, and it'd be almost sad to watch. I hope I'm wrong. But that's what I'm seeing with Christian McCaffrey. It's almost hard to watch Christian right now. It's ugh, man. This is not, and I think it's hard for him to actually go out there and put that on tape, considering, the standard he's had for himself. Like, I think if we're being realistic, if Greenlaw plays at all this year, he may not be better than Devondre Campbell this year.
That's true.
That's gonna be hard. That's gonna be hard not to do.
True. Okay, last topic.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
You've got to put Dream River's comment up on the screen at 9:51.
What?
Go
Hold
to
on.
comment. 9:51.
Dream River.
Who are we talking?
Dream River.
Dream River. 9:51. Didn't Kyle throw the ball between rooftops or something? If so, we're good. I don't know why that made me laugh so hard, man.
He did do that. That felt like 8 years ago.